Hi folks, welcome to today's Coffee with Jesus. It's Thursday afternoon and we're still looking at this amazing passage in John chapter 6, and we are at verse 57. Well, verse 56 is, "Whoever eats my flesh and drinks my blood remains in me and I in them. Just as the living Father sent me, and I live because of the Father, so the one who feeds on me will live because of me. This is the bread that came down from heaven. Your ancestors ate manna and died, but whoever feeds on this bread will live forever." He said this while teaching in the synagogue in Capernaum. Now, we saw yesterday that bread is indispensable. It was indispensable in that culture for life. So this whole imagery is talking about giving life. And we also saw yesterday that the eating and the drinking, you cannot take that absolutely literally, not least because the people who were there weren't able to do so. And it is, in one sense, it is a hard saying. But look at what he's saying. He says, "They remain in me and I in them." And by the way, again, that's, if you were going to take it literally, you would have this idea of you actually being in the body of Jesus, the physical body of Jesus, and running around inside it, and him inside us and running. That doesn't make any sense. He's just talking about life. He's talking about how we get his life. He says, notice very interesting, "I live just as the living Father sent me, and I live because of the Father, so the one who feeds on me will live because of me." In other words, what Jesus is saying is the connectedness of the relationship between him and the Father is the same as the connectedness of the relationship between us and Christ. And the guarantee is the same. And he's saying, this is the bread that came down from heaven. What your ancestors ate, they died. But if you get me, then you won't die. I think there's so many ways to think about this. Imagine if, like the woman at the well, you could have a drink that would give you eternal life. Imagine if there was something that you could eat that would give you eternal life. Imagine if you could go to a cafe on Beaumont Street and eat and drink something which could forgive all your sin and renew your spirit. That's what's being offered here. I recently had a visit to a woman who I've been suffering a lot with back pain, and she's got a new methodology, and I won't say too much about it, but if it works, it would change life for a lot of people. Imagine if you could go to somebody who said, just give me half an hour and I can cure your aches and pains. Well, this is much more than that. This is Christ saying, come to me and I will give you life, eternal life forever. Now, just one other thing. Verse 39, just a small detail. It says this took place while he was teaching in the synagogue in Capernaum. At that time of year, the readings would have included both Exodus 16 and Isaiah 54, both of which speak about manna and being taught by God. And my point with that is just simply to say that the whole of the Bible is interconnected. And the more you read it, the more you grasp it and understand it, the more you see how it's all about Christ and point to him as the living bread and as the drink, that when we drink, he's the water of life, that we never thirst. Oops, that's my notes just blowing away into my neighbours. Anyway, look, I'm going to love you and leave you there. Hopefully see you tomorrow. God bless. Bye.